What?
Believe it.
It's true. Andrew, walk us through it.
So it went just as planned. DeAndre Ayton went number 1. The Kings screwed up and took Marvin Bagley number 2, as we all thought they would. And then things
Some of us thought they would.
got interesting. Yeah, somebody. I have lost a bet to admit.
What is the bet?
Oh, what is the bet, Andrew?
I don't want to talk about it right now.
Come on.
Do you have to get a tattoo on your butt again?
No,
Just the alien head on his butt.
I kind of wish. Luka Doncic is going to the Dallas Mavericks.
You know what the people in Dallas are doing right now?
Celebrating?
They're living La Vida Luca. Living La Vida Luca. These kids are dead.
Wow.
Mocha will wear you out.
That makes me so mad. I used to like Luka Doncic until right now. Guys, never. But anyways, the trade was Luka Doncic swapped for Trae Young, and I think it's a great deal for both teams. I think I like Luka a lot more in Dallas than I do with Atlanta, because I just think he needs a smart coach that will know how to use him, and I think Rick Carlisle is that guy.
Yeah.
And then Trae Young can just go to Atlanta and take all the shots.
Man, I hope Dirk's ready because he'll make you take his clothes off and go dancing in the rain.
That's great, guys. And then the draft kind of got, honestly, it was the only thing that was really interesting was Michael Porter falling all the way to 14 to Denver, which I think is great for Denver. Denver needs a small forward, and he just fell right into their lap. And it could be because his medical was bad, but I mean, like OG Anunoby's medicals were bad last year, and he was amazing this year. So will Michael Porter be able to reach his potential? I have no idea. But I think it's a great risk at 14 for Denver.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when he was the top high school player coming out last year. And then was at the start of the year before he got injured and didn't play in college anymore. He was a top 2-3 prospect for the draft.
Yeah.
So to get him at 14,
there's no risk.
There's really not.
Because a lot of guys don't work at Cameron Payne. Went at 14 for OKC. And he is barely in the NBA. Like, he's in the NBA because he has a rookie scale deal, basically.
Good dancer.
Great dancer. Not a great basketball player. And so it's not much of a risk. Like, I guess they could have taken Zaire Smith there. If you like Troy Brown, you could take him. I'm not a huge Troy Brown guy. Or Lonnie Walker fell all the way to San Antonio at 18, which I feel like is a steal for them. That would be like the only other guy, but he's not really big enough to play at the 3. And Denver needs a 3. They don't need any more shooting guards. They have a lot of small guards. They need a bigger guy. And Michael Porter is 6'11" and can shoot it and can handle and has a bad back. And that's why he fell to 14.
And he's really young too, right? So he's 6'11" right now. He might be
7'4", 5.
Man, maybe 8 foot.
Who knows?
Maybe
man.
8 foot by age 50.
He's
But
saying
for
he's
real,
not growing.
He dot none grown. No way.
Man.
And I know that you never know who these guys are going to be, but if you're the Clippers who took Jerome Robinson before, like, you're just not very happy about that. And you traded Miles Bridges for Gilgeous-Alexander. Yeah, well, that's just those 12 and 13. I think you'd be pretty excited as a Clippers fan going into it. But if you came in with those two players, you're like,
Yeah.
that's not great. Colin Sexton went to the Cavs.
Really quick for
Yeah.
for the Clippers. When
Yeah.
you have 2 picks like that back to back,
Yeah.
how do you not use one on Michael Porter Jr.?
That's what I was saying. Like, take a risk.
Yeah.
They have apparently liked Jerome Robinson for a while.
Hey, Clippers, live a little.
Seriously.
You know?
He could be the best player in the draft. He's not going to be,
Luka
but he could
Doncic
be.
is.
But he could be. Kevin Knox to the Knicks is kind of interesting. Anything else that interests you in the first round, guys?
Yeah.
We're going to do some Twitter questions from you guys, but is there anything just off the top that
I got
is
something
interesting?
first.
Go ahead.
People on YouTube can see we're wearing fashionable shirts
It's true.
from Oklahoma Shirt Company that have a bowl of chicken fried rice with Paul George's face where the chicken should be. These shirts are awesome, and they are shipping out to
Next
the
week.
people that ordered them next week.
Yeah.
And you're going to get this and love it. If you bought it, you'll love
It's
it.
a nice shirt.
It is nice.
It feels good and it looks good. And it's got the cool down to dunk emblem on the back.
Oh yeah.
It looks great.
Oh yeah.
Emblem.
Any good fits that you guys see of the first
Well,
round?
the shirt fits real well.
This shirt fits awesome.
I think Grayson Allen to Utah. I think
makes a lot of sense.
I think it's a great fit. The dude can shoot it. He likes to hit people in the nuts. It's a great fit.
I thought he was going to Utah or Boston, and those are really the only two cities he could have gone to.
would've been-
Minnesota, baby.
I would have been so mad if Grayson Allen went to Golden State. I would.
Oh.
I just don't know if I
Yeah.
could have watched basketball.
Yeah.
But they got Jacob Evans from Cincinnati, who I really like, and I think he's going to be awesome for Golden State, and that makes me so mad.
I do. So I have a question about earlier in the draft. I'm talking about the 2-3. So Luka Doncic and Marvin Bagley.
Yeah.
What is the argument for taking Marvin Bagley over Luka Doncic at that pick?
Marvin Bagley is a super athlete that can really score the basketball, and he can face up, he can score in the post, he can dunk. He's just a crazy athlete, and also he expressed interest in the Sacramento Kings.
Oh, that's it.
And
Yeah.
Was he the guy that had the thing?
no, that's Luca.
Man, I don't
That's
know.
the prophecy.
Are you kidding me?
Saw a thing. I just saw a thing. You know.
You wrote the song "Livin' La Vida Luca."
Hey,
And you don't even know this?
that took
The hang 10
all
sign?
of my mental capacity
Man.
this week.
Yeah, it's Marvin Bagley is going to be good. There's been a huge backlash against him as if he's like not even going to be any good. He could be the rookie of the year next year, and the Kings are going to do like a victory dance.
Him and
Long
Buddy.
term, I don't think that he's going to be the best player, but I think he's going to be good. Like he will put up big time stats. He'll put up 20 and 10 next year. Everybody will love him. He rebounds the ball well. He's going to
20
score.
and 10. You really think you will?
On that Kings team, who else is going to who does anything on that team? Like
Yeah, I
Zach
guess
Randolph was
Zach
awesome.
Randolph is still getting
Oh,
like
Not
15 and
Buddy.
8.
But oh yeah,
Buddy.
The Bogdan.
Bondong,
Buddy.
Yeah, I
Buddy.
mean, like I don't know.
Darren
I don't.
Fox.
I don't like the pick,
A buddy of the bone dong.
but I think that he's going to be like their guy.
I'm glad.
But Luka to Dallas is really what needed to happen for him.
Totally.
1 year
Yeah.
with Dirk too.
Yeah,
yeah, gotta DeVita, baby.
gotta. I bought the CD single for that song.
Really? I knew you were a fan.
I did.
Gotta DeVita.
It's true. I did.
It's great. I
It
miss
was
CD singles
super
because they'd have the
weird.
same song 4 times, but mixed slightly differently.
Right. Well, one would be the radio edit, which is the same
Yes,
edit
just a little shorter.
as the song. Yes.
Yeah.
Loved it. It was great. I miss singles.
Yeah, Ricky Martin.
What do you guys
man.
think about Mo Bamba to Orlando? It's like the most Orlando pick.
Sucks.
That team is going to be horrible.
I would have preferred Mo Bamba to Chicago, which is what everyone was talking about, which was like the chatter about Mo Bamba, right? Was that Chicago loves him. I think Chicago's going to go get Mo Bamba. And he goes the pick before to Orlando, and everyone dies in Orlando. Every high pick they've taken in the last, since Dwight's left, has just not worked out. Even if they're good players that leave Orlando and they're good somewhere else, like they just don't work out in Orlando, and he's gonna die. Mo Bamba's
Yeah.
gonna die the first year.
I mean, they had Oladipo. That was their
Oh.
best guy.
And he was good, but it wasn't like
And he said, I wouldn't be this good if I would have stayed in Orlando.
Oh.
Which is really sad. It's just a really sad thing.
but
Where
it's
does he
true.
find? I guess Biombo's out. There's
I mean,
like 9
they're
centers
just like-
on that team
That's so true.
that they're paying.
It's
God.
a disaster.
Biombo is
You
what,
have to
20?
be really mad.
20 mil?
Oh, I thought you said 20 years old.
Yeah,
dude,
no.
Biombo's
No,
like
no, no,
45.
Biombo's at 20 mil. I think.
16 million, I think,
Is
something
it
like
16?
that. I don't know. Whatever
It's
it is,
ridiculous.
It's too much.
Yeah.
No.
He's a backup center.
Oof.
Anyways, I was really surprised that Philadelphia, they drafted Mikal Bridges at 10, and then they ended up trading him to Phoenix for Zaire Smith and a future first. That really surprised me because everyone had slotted him in there and thought if he's going to be in this draft and if he's going to be at 10, they're going to take him, and he's a perfect fit. Slot him right in. He can even start for you next year because he has a ton of experience. And they trade him for super athlete 6'3" Zaire Smith. I'm just a little bit confused about that. I love Zaire Smith. I don't completely understand the fit in Philadelphia. But
Is he a point guard?
not really. He's more of like
Combo.
a combo guard that just is a crazy animal, and I really like him. He has a crazy motor. He's really fun.
But I do get it for Philadelphia though. If you like Zaire Smith and you can get Zaire Smith plus a future first.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
if you're
it's-
not in love with Bridges, then I get that.
Yeah, if you think Bridges is going to be Wesley Johnson,
Yeah.
then you get a first round pick and you get a chance to see. I mean, Zaire Smith has some upside certainly, but it's interesting. Hey, can we?
Can I have a question?
Yeah,
Because you're saying if you're in love with Bridges, have you ever been on a car trip with someone who takes pictures of Bridges when you pass them because
what?
they're really into
What?
Bridges?
Yeah, you're looking at one.
Are you serious? You cannot. Are you serious?
I'm into Bridges.
Man.
What do you mean? What do you mean you're into Bridges?
Is there like a website for it?
I like
Andrew,
Bridges.
and
I
you
don't
take
know.
pictures
I need to
of
see.
the bridge when you pass.
Yeah, sure.
Like when you're on the bridge?
It's got to be. I mean, not like every bridge I pass, but if
But
it's a cool
big
bridge,
bridges,
Good one.
you take pictures of
If
it.
it's a cool
Man,
bridge.
I mean,
I-
architecturally, there's some cool bridges, but I don't get that.
I am not.
it's happened on maybe 2 bridges in my life.
No, I'm talking about. I'm talking about every bridge. If you pass a big, like suspension bridge,
No,
they
I mean-
take a picture,
Not every bridge. If it's a really cool bridge, if I'm like, wow, that's really cool.
dude. That's lame.
Okay. Hold
I
on.
like this. I like a good bridge.
I saw this picture or this video or whatever on Instagram the other day, and it was my grandpa got this huge. This guy's grandpa got a big picture of a bridge, right? And he showed the picture of the bridge in his house, and then he turned and looked out the window.
It's the